AusNet Services, Richmond Terminal Station Rebuild Project, Health and Safety Induction. When it comes to the safety of our people, contractors and visitors, zero injuries is the only acceptable target. Our safety mindset drives us to ensure there are no negative impacts on our families and communities as a result of our business operations. To achieve our safety vision, our mission is to work together with you to implement a common strategy with unified purpose and consistency of attitude. On this construction site, there is only one team, and you are part of it. Please consider how your actions impact on others and act safely to stop the hurt. If you notice an unsafe act, please report it to your supervisor, who will ensure it is rectified immediately. Our values: we work safely, we do what's right, we are one team, we deliver. Minimum mandatory PPE required at all times on site. High visibility natural fibre, cotton or wool, wrist to ankle clothing. Safety boots to AS 2100. Hard hat. Safety glasses and gloves. Sleeves must be rolled down at all times. Also consider the need for additional PPE dependent on the task. Prior to commencing work on this construction site, all personnel must hold a current industry red or white card issued by the safety regulator, must have completed this project-specific induction and be familiarised with the site, must sign on to the relevant vicinity authority for the area where you will be working. In addition to the above, there must be sufficient number of people in the work party who have the full AusNet Services entry to enclosures authorisation to enable effective supervision of each work crew. Upon completion of this induction, you must upload a scanned copy of your red or white card and any other licences and competencies you may have relevant to your work on this site. Only operational vehicles are allowed on site. However, they must have prior approval from the construction manager. All other vehicles must park in the construction car park as previously advised. This construction site has a maximum speed limit of 15 km per hour. Whilst this is a limit, do not see it as a target. If you must walk in the vicinity of mobile plant operating on site, it is important that you stop, make eye contact with the operator, and only walk past when he signals it is safe to do so. Smoking is not permitted within buildings, non-ventilated areas, or within 5 metres of a building opening. For example, doorways, windows, air conditioning intakes. Also, ensure that you do not smoke in the vicinity of fuel sources and confined or restricted access spaces. Cigarette butt disposal bins are provided. Please ensure you use them. You must be in a fit state for work at all times. Even when prescription drugs are taken, they may still diminish your work skills. Therefore, you must advise your supervisor. Check that over-the-counter medication will not impact on your ability to perform your normal duties safely. If in doubt, seek medical advice. Ensure the people you are working with are also in a fit state for work. If you have any doubts, discuss with your supervisor. Any AusNet Services site representative can ask you to leave site without explanation at any time. Your supervisor will then be contacted to discuss the reasons. Please note, you must inform AusNet Services if you have any medical implant devices, for example a pacemaker. Prior to use, all mobile plant operators must ensure they have taken these relevant safety precautions. Signed onto a relevant vicinity of electrical apparatus, VA authority, have a functional flashing yellow light on at all times, completed a daily safety checklist, have a 16mm trailing earth chain attached with a minimum of 300mm on the ground, be an appropriately trained and licensed operator. When working on this construction site, there are several key aspects in place to ensure you remain safe. They are mandatory and rely on your cooperation. Job Safety Assessment, JSA, must be completed for each task every day. Safe Work Method Statements, SWMS. All personnel must sign on to relevant SWMS prior to beginning work. Daily site safety briefings at 7 a.m. Attendance at the coordination meeting each morning. Hot work, for example welding, grinding and cutting, must be adequately assessed via a JSA and SWIMS prior to being undertaken. Only persons deemed competent can perform hot work activities. Appropriate PPE must be worn at all times and the area screened to protect persons nearby. Firefighting equipment must be on hand during hot work. Flashback arresters must be fitted to oxyacetylene equipment. All fire alarm systems must be isolated if they may be triggered by hot works. No hot works in the proximity of refueling areas. No hot works in the vicinity of flammable materials, for example grass, gas and chemicals. Hazardous substances and dangerous goods. AusNet Services Site Supervisor needs to be notified prior to any substances being brought onto site. All substances need to be accompanied by relevant Material Safety Data Sheet, MSDS. All personnel using hazardous substances or dangerous goods on site must be familiar with the product safety requirements prior to use, always use in accordance with MSDS, ensure that all containers are labelled, ensure that all products are appropriately stored in a bunded area or dangerous goods cabinet. Hazardous substance spillage. All spillages must be cleaned up immediately. Spill kits and absorbent materials are available on site. Report all spills to the site supervisor. Remember, stop, contain, report, absorb, dispose and restock.